everyone, it's Borg Brain coming back at you with another educational blockchain video. This video is on Luxo and specifically on how to create a universal profile. Is this standard that they have in their blockchain. It's pretty cool. Anyway, with that, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, be safe, have fun. I'm an anonymous person on the internet. I'm certainly not trying to tell you to go buy this token. I think it's a pretty cool project. I do hold. All the links in the from this video will be in the description below for the express purpose of you being able to go out and, if any of this piques your interest, then, go look into all these links, again, in the description below. And, seek and you shall find. If you do your own research and you get to a point you're like, oh yeah, and you'll know when it's time to acquire an asset, I feel. But when you get enough information. But anyway, yeah, this is the Crypto Society YouTube channel. I'm the host, Borg Brain, of this educational series. So like, subscribe, you live your life. With that, let's get on with the content. So Luxo. So what is Luxo? Luxo is created by two people, Marjorie Hernandez and Fabian Vogelsteller. Now, Marjorie I'm going to get to in a little bit, but I want to just give a brief overview of Fabian. If you're in the blockchain space, you probably know what the ERC20 token standard is. Well, Fabian invented that. And not only did he invent that, but he was a major OG contributor to Ethereum. ERC20 was not the only thing he did. Then Marjorie is marketing and fashion specialist, and she's well connected in the global fashion industry, let's say. So they had an idea of wait a second, they knew about NFTs, and they knew that Ethereum had issues with scaling, and they knew a bunch of these things. And one of the big problems they thought is, well, we would like to see blockchain get adapted wide scale by everyone. And the issue is that, you get these browser plugin wallets, and you get all these private cryptographic keys. And for us that use them, we might say, oh yeah, this is normal, it's not a big deal. But to be honest, for the average person, they don't want to play around with cryptographic keys. So what they thought was, well, the way to kind of bridge the gap to allow for that kind of interactivity, that web interface interactivity where you can own, buy, sell, trade assets digitally, and to be able to interact on this new kind of like Web 3.0 space that's developing, you need to be able to hide some of this from the consumer. They're not the only person that I've heard say this. I remember Pierce Ridyard from Radix talking about this same thing, that when you want to get widespread adoption, that maybe you need to hide some of this stuff. So Fabian had created this ERC 725 standard, which basically is a way of hiding the cryptographic keys from the user. Now, I'm not going to get into all the technicalities of this, partially because I haven't wrapped my head around it fully, but the other reason is I kind of want to get along with the content here. But that's the long and short of it. That's the whole purpose of these universal profiles. So yeah, Luxo, essentially, it's an ETH 2.0. It's a highly scalable Ethereum blockchain, basically, supporting EVM, WASM, Solidity smart contracts, and all that kind of stuff, MetaMask and everything. But built into the base layer, they have these universal profiles, which is one of the core things that set Luxo apart. And then they're very heavily focused on, at least at the beginning of the blockchain, they're heavily focused on fashion and aesthetics, and they're focused on NFTs and the metaverse. This is sort of their main focus. But anyone on Ethereum right now, if they want to launch on a blockchain, that's highly scalable and doesn't have the issues that Ethereum has. You might be trading it off with for the network effect, at least temporarily. You can have a foot in both doors. Anyway, this is one of the myriad of options out there, along with what? Solana, Plasm Networks coming along pretty quick. You got Moonbeam. I think Avalanche have some sort of Ethereum interoperability. Binance Smart Chain, of course. And then you have the layer 2 solutions. You got XDAI and Matic, and there's a few others of them out there as well. But this has got an interesting case, specifically because the average user can come in and buy and sell NFTs. They don't need to mess around with all these weird wallets and all this stuff. They can just use a more simple, familiar web interface, which is, I think there's something to it. I gotta say, I think there's something to it. But anyway, as we come along here, here's the Luxo white paper, and I gotta say, it's more like a rainbow paper. And I just want to show you this just to give you a little idea if my computer behaves, or perhaps it's the internet. I am a hop, skip, and a jump away from the old Wi-Fi connections. Now, I don't know if this is going to load fast enough for me. I'm not feeling the most patient today, but it's a big one. It's a 146 pager. And if you scroll through, you get a little taste of something. I've done some graphic design in the past, and there's just some details in this white paper. It's not just the cover, but there's a couple details in this white paper that I'm just like, oh, wow. They really, just the little details, It's the details that often count the most. And this is not really behaving. But anyway, the point is that the layout, from a design perspective of their white paper, it's they put the little bit of extra work in there. All right, so here we are, Luxo Network. This is the GitHub. This is a good one to do your research. And as you see, 4 days ago, they got their Pandora execution engine. They got Vanguard APIs, Universal Smart Contracts, or the Universal Profile Smart Contracts. So it's interesting, and I feel like there was, the Luxo orchestrator. So as you can see, they're still building, and it's chugging along. But anyway, moving on. Fabian had a interview, and this one I really liked. This was a banger. Not every founder that does an interview, not every interview is the interview that just is like just a really good interview, where there's a combination of good questions asked and where there's kind of new information or new opinions given. And this one's good. So if you want to know more from the horse's mouth, exactly what Luxo is and whatever, and you like the video format, this is a good spot to go to get your, spend an hour and do some learning. Now, basically, here's the deal. So this is a conference that's happening in a few days, okay? And what I'm going to say is, it's put out by the British School of Fashion, Luxury Briefing, etc., etc. But if you go in here to the agenda, you're going to find that there's someone speaking at it. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is basically, roughly about a month ago, there was a Crypto Fashion Week, and it went off. There wasn't a crazy amount of hype about it, but I was watching a whole bunch of those videos and lurking it pretty hard, and it was mind-blowing. The stuff when it came to do with like AR and VR and fashion and NFTs and how all this is kind of coming together, and these new metaverses, these virtual worlds, and where we're at with this stuff, and some of the corporate forces that are sitting on the sidelines watching what the experimenters and the artists are doing, and who what's being built on some of these platforms is pretty nutty. But this is happening in a couple days, and we scroll down, And there's some big people here, Alibaba, Representative Barton, Snapchat, all right? And where are we? Yeah. Karina Knobs, co-CEO of the Dematerialized. So, basically, Luxo and the Dematerialized were in on several panels during Crypto Fashion Week at the end of February, and during that there was a giveaway, for an NFT, but it's not just any NFT; it's a piece of wearable fashion. And now, who knows, right? You never know, right? But all I'm saying is, I don't know. I signed up for this, so you should look this up, and you can sign up for it for free on some ticket website. You go into the Dematerialized. They have a Telegram channel. Go seek and you shall find, and you'll find a way to register for this for free for this event, and then you want to go in there the day of, and check out a couple of these talks. But the one that you don't want to miss if you like Luxo is down here. Is at the whatever 3:25 p.m. British time or whatever. I don't know. Is that Central European time or is that a different time? Anyway, here's the website for the Dematerialized. And I'm going to play this just very quickly for a second, just so you get a little idea of all of this. So, the destination for digital fashion. So see that? This is an NFT. It is a wearable sweater. Okay? Now this is, I think this is significant, and I'm pretty stoked. I got one of these sweaters. It's pretty cool. These apps and stuff, they're working on them. I feel like you might be able to beta test some of this stuff in a beta net on a test net. And there's more assets in the test net, and there's the market and whatever, but it's pretty cool. And so look at this right here. Boom. You can take a picture of yourself, you could put your sweater on, your digital sweater that doesn't exist. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So, and then you go in the metaverse and you got your avatar and you can put your sweater on, or, your earrings or your whatever. And basically, here we are. And we're going to create a universal profile, and then I'm going to just fade out with a couple little touches on the rest of this. The Dematerialized, just so you don't know, it's basically a marketplace for digital fashion or phygital items, which is like you get a physical item that has you get a digital skin that lays over it, or you get a digital representation of that same physical garment that you can bring into the metaverse, into AR, VR kind of worlds. And CEOs, one is co-CEOs. So one is Karina Knobs, speaking at Technology and Luxury Conference, and then the other half is Marjorie Hernandez, who is co-founder of Luxo itself, and the Dematerialized sits on top of Luxo. So that's how this all connects. The Dematerialized is basically like a flagship marketplace for when Luxo launches, but you can expect, like, Luxo is a full blockchain capable of supporting like thousands and thousands of dApps, right? It's not a small thing. Delegated proof of stake network, blah blah blah, whatever. So so I decided I'm going to make a little universal profile here, and I'm just going to rip through, and I'm going to just play it by ear. This is for the purposes of education. So where are we at here? So I was thinking, I got this kind of thing in my head. I got a train of thought that I want to complete over the next little bit. So I'm just going to go for this, because I've had pineapples on my mind, to be honest. And then my profile image, I think I was going to go for this. I just had it in my mind. A banana baby. Banana baby. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something, and then I decided I'm gonna go for banana baby. So banana baby, banana baby, and then I am a banana baby. Oh, banana bay. There, I'm a banana baby. And you come down here, and these are my. I get a unique icon, and so this is what I'm choosing right now. So check this out. So my identity. I can't choose this later. So here are these like pictographic hashes. They're randomly, and I really like this. This one really goes with this, but I'm going to show you this. So if you could I could choose this one, right? Or I could choose this one, right? And I say I don't like any of these, and I get a whole new set, right? And I can just keep going through them until I get one that like kind of fits. But I feel like I gotta try to get another a yellow one, because that kind of, I don't know if I like that. If I keep flipping through, eventually I'm gonna find a nice banana baby appropriate attire. I don't know, is that nice? I kind of like those colors together. And we come down here, you put in your email address, you click create, and then you create a profile. That's basically how you create it. So basically you get an email link that allows you to edit your profile, and then you're able to actually, you can put in some links and whatnot, and I'll show you what it looks like, because I've made a profile, a real one. This is for fun and games, but for the purpose of education for this video. But then, yeah, over here, here's my profile, right? Born in the metaverse. I guess I was born in the metaverse. I am, Borg Brain itself was born in the cryptoverse, at least. And here I got my Twitter link, and here I got my little sweater that I own. And I don't own this thing over here. It says I got 0 of them, but I can go in and edit and take it out. So, yeah, this is pretty cool, hey? This digital fashion. And I want to get a VR headset and start hanging out in some of these virtual worlds and start collecting some of this clothing and these digital items that I can bring into the metaverse, because I think it's pretty cool. This is like definitely a huge evolutionary step beyond what most people think of as an NFT in the current moment. And then, yeah, let's just, tidying up last couple things. Here's January 22nd. What the confidant of Chanel's, late Karl Lagerfeld, is going to do at blockchain startup Luxo. Article. Forbes. Links in the description. Vogue. Right? These platforms want to be the farfetch of digital fashion. I don't know. I don't know if what's going on with my eyeballs here, but that doesn't. I don't know. I feel like grammatically there should be a different word there, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it, or this is a British thing or something. I'm not really sure. But point is, look, this is showing off a representation of what what the Dematerialized, or what another D app on Luxo, some digital fashion marketplace app, would look like. And yeah, here it is, blah blah blah. I mean, basically you got a couple articles in a row at 2 huge international I mean, who's bigger in fashion than Vogue globally, right? This is January 25th, right? And who's bigger than Forbes in business? January 22nd. And who has the power to be able to pull articles from the biggest fashion and the biggest business magazine in the world within a couple days of each other? Because this is an article that very much highlights, the dematerialized, right? So they're both talking about the dematerialized. They're both talking about Luxo, and it is what it is. But anyway, I got a banana baby here, right? I could put in some links. I can add more of a description, and then I can try to get some new assets, right? Um, Now, I don't. Uh, ooh, this is pretty cool. So I guess I could. Hmm. We're only supporting digital clothing for now. Oh, this is really cool. So I could start making my own digital clothing and plopping it in here. Well, interesting, interesting. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know, kind of rambling around here, popping around, but Luxo is a pretty cool project. I know a lot more about the project. I'm not. This is not my. At a later date, I will do more. I'll cover Luxo more. Maybe I'm going to try to figure out how to like create a piece of digital clothing and then upload it and then try to sell it in the marketplace. But look, mainnet's not going to be up for a while. Testnet is they have a testnet, but they haven't even begun looking for validators and stuff. I'm hoping to run a node. Me and my business partner hoping to run a node on Luxo because we're bullish on it. But that's it. Create a universal profile. If you're a little banana baby, you want to create a universal profile on Luxo, and you want to be a little bit ahead of the chain. You want to be able to tell your friends that, oh yeah, when this conference happened and they dropped the secret code, I was able, through my banana baby universal profile, I was able to claim, some cool, limited edition, very early, some digital clothing or artifact or aesthetic item of some sort. I'm not saying that they are going to do a giveaway. I'm just saying that this is probably, Karina Knobs is no slouch, okay? And I feel like there's going to be some interesting, virtual influencers and gaming in luxury. This is, if you don't know, like Nike and Puma and a bunch of these companies, Burberry and stuff, they've been actually releasing limited edition clothes for specific video games. So this is not really a new concept. On the surface, what's new about this is that through the blockchain, through these universal profiles, you're going to be able to buy and sell a pair of like Nike shoes that are digital. But this is not limited to just one video game. Like you're not like, oh, Fortnite's cool right now, and then in a year or two, like no one cares about Fortnite anymore, or whatever it is. That your skins for those digital shoes are only in that game. But Luxo empowers the capability of being able to take those digital shoes and bring them into multiple games and multiple worlds, and then in and out, and to be able to sell them and to buy them and to trade them and to hold them, and maybe even to be able to stake them as collateral so you can get a loan. This is, it might sound crazy, but this is where we are headed. I don't, and I don't know exactly what's going to be like the new normal in 5 or 10 years. But what I will say is that virtual reality and augmented reality are going to be very, very, very big. And Pokemon Go was very early, and Pokemon Go was the beta version of what is to come. What's to come is going to be far, far, far beyond that, and I'm pretty excited for it. But anyway, hopefully you found this a little bit, helpful. Hopefully you've learned something, and that's about it. I don't know. The video's probably gone on for too long at this point. So with that, Borg Brain is signing out. That's it. Yeah, I'm out. All right, peace.